Hi, I'm Tara from Wild Bird Farm. I garden here in Zone 5 in central Iowa. I am starting a new series, 15 Minutes in Our Gardens. So whether your goal is to keep your landscape neat or to start a flower farm, join me today and commit to 15 minutes in our garden. I am going to be posting short videos in this series to motivate and hopefully inspire others to do the same. I hope you'll join me for 15 minutes in your garden. Before we get started here, I did come out yesterday and prep these beds. So I'm working with about two 25-foot rows here. If you have a smaller space, you can definitely do this in 15 minutes. But you'll see in this bed that I prepped, there's already some volunteer Bupleurum. And then I don't have any Orlaya out here in the hoop house. I have a bit that's self-sowed. But up here we have a lot of Larkspur. So again, that's telling me it's time to get these direct sown. Now I will say my soil is a bit dry, which is surprising because we had a lot of snow recently that melted. So I'm going to monitor this. We're supposed to get some rainfall later this week, but if not, I may come out on a mild day and thoroughly water all this seed in. So as I mentioned, this is sort of a two-part 15-minute episode. Yesterday I came out, this is what the rows looked like. Some leaves had blown in, lots of dead weeds and grasses that I had to clean up. So about 15 minutes of vigorous work, I unearthed some of the seedlings and saw what we were working with. Fast forward to today, it was sunny and mild. I already had those rows clean, so I decided for the Bupleurum just to do 2 long rows in this partial 25-foot bed. So I'm using just a regular garden hoe to make myself an area where I can drop the seeds in. Bupleurum does like a dark cold start, so I'm going to be covering these seeds thoroughly. Bupleurum is one that I love to save seeds for, so I have a lot of seed and I can oversow like this in the spring. They're really easy to collect seeds from. My game plan here is just to lightly sow these down the 3 rows that I created in the soil and then go back and cover them up. I moved up a row for the Orlaya. Now my film sort of got cut off here. I am working with about a third of the 25-foot row. I find that I like to use Orlaya, but not a full 25 feet of it. So I'm using some old sunflower stalks here to kind of mark my rows until I get my tags put out. 2 rows here for the Orlaya, also seeds I collected. I find this seed is larger and really easy to collect. And it does bush out quite a bit. That's why I decided on just 2 rows here for the Orlaya. Same drill, I'm lightly sowing these and then I'll be coming back through and covering them with about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of soil. Our last hardy annual seed that we're going to direct sow today is Larkspur, and I am trying to get this full 25-foot row full of beautiful blooms. I have several seed colors, and again, I'm just making a narrow trough with my hoe in the soil and I'll drop those seeds in. Larkspur seeds are pretty small, so I'm going to be covering them with just a light layer of soil. I have several colors of Larkspur here from Outside Pride, and then I also have some blue variety I originally got from Outside Pride that I kept seeds from last year. I needed quite a bit of seed to fill in this 25-foot row. It's hard to see here in the video, but down towards the opposite end is where quite a few of the Larkspur self-sowed from last year's blooms. And for reference here, keep in mind I'm in zone 5. My last frost date is around the last day in April. But right now we are in the second week of February, and I saw those self-sowed seeds popping up and knew that it was okay to get started with some of my cool season direct sowing. This type of sowing works great for any hardy annual that likes to be direct sowed. And depending on your zone and the hardiness of the particular seed you're sowing, you could also fall sow this. I definitely could have put this Larkspur and Bupleurum for sure, probably the Orlaya too, all down in the fall. Had to run and get the labels from the house. All right, I'm gonna stick these in and we'll call it a day. If you enjoyed this 15-minute quick get out in your garden video, follow me because I plan on making this a series. It's 4 days later and I'm putting the finishing touches on this video, and look what we got last night, snow. Which I'm not angry about because this is gonna help settle those seeds and give them some moisture. And it'll be melted before you know it. Until next time, please subscribe and hit that bell button so you know when I post new videos.